But what I loved was this. See, if you're at an airport, if you're, this automatically, this brought to mind the it's not local anymore. It's almost, it's continental now. It's or international. And the only other guys that have caught this were well, I'll have to mention his name too. Ken Austin from Avión. On his bottles, entrada and salida, which is what you see at the airport in Guadalajara. But what I love is this makes it look like it's ready to go. Take it with you. You can, or it'll be international.
But you can. It fits in my bag.
Right. But I love that about, and I'll tell you what the difference is. This logo, the original logo, if you look at the back, that's the Capitol building, correct? Yeah. It doesn't, and so that made it strictly local, and that's great. At that, in that time, you needed that to rally, an audience. But now you're rallying with that box and with that logo. To me, it says that message where you're rallying the world now. And, and I love that about the symbolism and the simplicity of it. Because you really, you like you said, you weren't ready, but now you're ready. You're ready to attack the market.
So first I like to say I like Entourage a lot. The show was fantastic. To reference the brand you mentioned. But aside from that, the idea with this, brand, I think she nailed it. Was we're. I wear flip-flops or I'm barefoot most of the time. I wear shorts just about every day of the year. I am Mexican. I don't speak Spanish. So the idea was, again, to the transparency thing, was let's get a tequila brand that represents what we feel like Austin represents, which is it's hanging about the pool, it's going to the lake, which people can identify with any city, really. But the idea that here we live it every day. Part of what people like to think about Austin as being, which is music and festivals and parks and going down to town lake and doing all the fun things that we do here in this really outdoor active lifestyle. Where we said, let's bring tequila out of the old school commercials where it's like the end of the night and the guys all have on sport coats and they're toasting to a good evening. So let's bring it out of the park.
This is a bottle you can put on a picnic table.
Right.
Scott, that is what he talked about. He said this is something that
a group of women
could have out by the
on
pool
on a Saturday afternoon,
and it's not
the late night
male crowd. It's not a hidden secret.
It's the daytime.
It's a daytime.
That's the idea behind the perfect anytime tequila. I was saying a lot of things. They said you want it to be anytime, perfect anytime, and I said yes. That's a good phrase. That's a good phrase. Let's put that on the website and let's use that. So the idea that it's not a special occasion. It's priced at a way and tastes in a way and packaged in a way where you throw it in a cooler when you're going to the lake, you take it to your friend's party, go to your friend's barbecue. It's really for anything. It's not made to be. We're toasting to our friend's birthday at the end of the night. No, it's something you can drink all day. Drink it straight.
Well, enjoy it all day. Yeah, Scott really taught me about that. I think I had. We had we had
at the distillery.
We met Ron.
My brother met Ron Cooper in Mexico years ago. So we had started to taste mezcals, and we had certainly started to taste better tequilas. Since I met Scott, I started to sip on Blanco during the early evening hours when my kids were still running around. I'd have a little bit of Blanco tequila. And it's a great little hit. You don't have to have a lot of it.
The feeling that you get
from juice, and I always tell people, this is fermented. This is juice. This is juice. This is so different
than
the grain alcohol.
Hit him on the head. It's not a cactus. Hit him.
Oh, right.
It's actually a lily. It's a lily.
Well, formally now they
tell me about
they designated it now. So originally.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Well, I have one in my front yard.
Of all people to do this in front of you, do it in front of mine.
Sorry.
We'll drink some more and we'll figure it out. We're going to hash it over more. Don't worry, I'm going to fix this.
And that's the beauty of what's going on here is that, very often, and I see it all the time. You were talking about standing in the tequila aisle and opening your eyes, closing your eyes, because that's the same exercise I've heard many importers tell me. Open your eye, close your eyes in front of the tequila aisle. Now open them. Where does your eye gravitate? And the thing with having to teach somebody from the ground up about tequila, very often you'll look at those bottles and you'll see the marketing and you'll see there's something wrong. The bottle's not right. The juice, maybe it's a beautiful bottle, lousy juice. Maybe it's great juice in a lousy bottle. But what I love is that you guys captured it. You got it right. Because how many times do you see bottles, even the most expensive bottles with a cactus inside, and it's a gimmick, or even the worm in the bottle in mezcal. But you weren't gimmicky about it. You actually got it right, and that's a testament to the Butler brothers for really asking you, how do you feel instead of what do you think? Because
worse yet, there are designers that don't care what you think, and they're gonna just throw out anything. So yeah, it's now that you bring that up, I want to interject here. Kudos to you, because the Butler brothers definitely seem to have their heads on straight when it comes to really feeling a product. I mean, you guys got you literally got in the trenches with this, and you went with the feeling that they wanted to, that they wanted to give the consumer, and that's wonderful. I mean, the elegant simplicity of this, and yet all of the icons that you've used and created here, it's wonderful. I mean, this is barefoot on the beach, going to the lake, spending the day at the lake, or sitting by a campfire, or even having an elegant dinner. I mean, it's
boots and jeans with a sports coat if you want to do that. The South.
But it goes everywhere from barefoot to black tie.
What I love, what's refreshing, Scott, and I'm sorry, I know I'm interrupting, and we're kind of like our internets are fighting.
Sorry.
But what I really like is not only did the Butler brothers try to capture your feeling about how you feel about your tequila and how you want the audience to feel. What's refreshing to me is that right now the fastest growing segment of the tequila market and spirits in general is that premium and super premium. Everybody,
I've got my opinions on that.
Yeah, I do too. We get a lot of PR stuff sent to us. It's a luxury brand. It's a lifestyle brand, and nobody says, hey, this is a leisure style brand. Everybody wants that heavy pocketbook because it takes less bottles to make more money or something. I don't know. And they're priced way out there. And I understand now Scott's thinking, his hesitancy in like he said, it's a different crowd. It's a different, but you're
pretentious.
More right. But he's more comfortable with the leisure lifestyle. We should really use that because it's a leisure lifestyle. But Austin, that sounds like Palm Springs to me. I grew up in Southern California. It's like Palm Springs.
It's not necessarily Austin. It's Texas. I mean, I run around here barefoot all day.
Right. She's barefoot now.
Oh my. Hey, here we go.
I love that you guys captured that.
Let him talk now.
You're right. You guys are on to something. The other thing is, I think the other thing is Scott inspired design thinking helps us think about the consumer. We bring those people into the room that you guys are talking about. People that want to be barefoot, that want to be black tie. We think about all those audiences at the same time. Austin is an accessible place that wants to be casual, but it doesn't want to do away with quality. So pretentiousness and luxury brands tend to price people. People want to be exclusive, and they want to take part in something that other people can't gain access to, and that makes them feel really good because they feel like they're behind a wall. Talk about wall.
What's the phrase you use all the time? Brand that
not. We grew up working. Our first brands that we worked on was things like Southwest Airlines in advertising. And that was a very inspiring brand, but what they did was they democratized the sky. And this is what this is. It's delivering a value proposition to someone that says, this is the best tequila, one and double gold. It's a really high quality product.
Under $30.
Under $30 still.
For the Blanco.
For the Blanco.
We were really impressed with the pricing as well.
The pricing was inspiring to us.
That was the goal before when I really started this process. It was I want a full flavored Blanco tequila. That was the only thing. That was my edict when I went to Mexico for the first time. Full flavored Blanco under $30. That's all I had in my head. I had no ideas about name. Nothing.
You did it.
Yeah. And then it kind of grew from that. And then it kind of grew from that. The whole no pretense and that whole idea came out of just living in Austin. And really wanted to have something. Like we've had a social media post that one of my guys put up recently. Are you confused? Are you confused? Looking for premium, super premium, ultra premium, handcrafted, handmade. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Taste best.
Pick that you taste best. And you can afford, and share with your friends.
I've never gone to a
party with a $60 bottle of liquor and not left with what was left over. But you can leave this at the party for your buddies to enjoy afterwards because it's inexpensive.
Well, like I say, it's a refreshing change from what the market, and we only deal in tequila. So tequila, anything that's agave spirits. And so to me, it's refreshing to see a brand where everybody is like lemmings. They're running off the edge of the cliff, trying to beat everybody with an extra añejo or overpriced or a beautiful bottle. And I can show you some.
Everybody wants to be number two.
Yeah, but it's refreshing to see a brand owner go, no, I'm going to pull the reins on this. I don't want to jump off that cliff. I'm going to go this way. And you can follow me if you want or not, but it's going to be less stressful if you follow me. And I love that because, I can't tell you how many times I see stuff like this in copy that says luxury lifestyle brand. It's a luxe brand. They're running out of words to call something luxury. And you guys, you're completely the other direction. And I love that. I love that about your outlook and your juice.
Mike, that line when people say like, dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
That's why I wear shorts and flip-flops every day.
That's why I wear shorts and flip-flops every day.
I don't want the job.
That's the job I want. I don't want the job I got to work.
That's for the job you want. Wear shorts and
flip-flops every day. Wear shorts and flip-flops every day.
Yeah, clothes make the man.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Have you guys eaten at Taco Deli when you've been in Austin?
No, I haven't. We
never get to eat in Austin.
Yeah, I did once.
We drink there a lot.
We drink there a lot, but we don't get to eat much.
They have a taco. They have a taco right now that's going to be coming out. That is going to be coming out.
I think it's already out. I think it's already out. They had a vegetarian taco with a tequila 512 glaze.
Yeah.
I haven't had. I didn't know we did pitch them. They did it on their own.
My point in bringing them up is that it's a lot like good comida. There are some more fancy Mexican places now, but you should be able to get a good mole for $10. Like that's part of the beauty of what Mexico brings to us, and that mixing of culture. And I feel like tequila is the same way. I mean, it's for the people. It's for the people. It's not something that's just for the world.
You guys next time you come down. You guys next time you come down, you need to come where we're sitting now. We call it our casita because it is a little house, but it's on South First Street. 2 doors down from Torchy's Tacos. have a pool out back, tequila, and we invite a lot of tequila, and we invite anyone that wants to come in. There's two little rooms. Chris is in one office, I'm in the other, and the rest of it is just a hangout spot. So next time you're in office, email us, come here, we'll chat, hang out, we'll drink tequila, we'll chat, we'll talk where we're sitting right here at the bar.
That would be great, and we may take you up on that. As a matter of fact, because you know, the interesting thing for me is that I'm a transplant. I lived in New Mexico for about 18 years, but I grew up in Southern California, and I've lived in Texas now for 3 years, and so I haven't had a chance to explore the state as much as I'd like to, because Lisa and I are tequila aficionado. That's it. It's just us.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Yeah. So we work. I know. Holidays, we work Saturdays, but it's not work for us. You know, we really enjoy the different aspects of the duties that we have apart and then together. So when we treat ourselves and actually go somewhere, it's like, what are we doing? How do we people? I don't even go to liquor stores anymore because I have more liquor than I can drink in my house. You know,
our best socializing is at tequila events.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, because
we go do a tequila thing, then it's, you know, then we're in our element.
We're in our element. Yeah,
it's a great tequila event in the country that everyone should go to.
Well,
is there one that you love? A particular event?
You know,
they've changed a lot.
They've changed a lot. When I first started in the tequila business, I actually was one of the first guys to have his own show in New Mexico before tequila shows became popular, and we ran it for 4 years. I wanted to do another 5th year, and legislation didn't allow us to have that happen, and then other people in other states took up the mantle. There was a great one in San Diego. It was called Spirits of Mexico. That has since been sold, and it's gone. It's difficult. There are a lot of taco shows that do something gimmicky, like, you know, they have Chihuahua races in Denver, and there's a traveling one that comes through. You know, frankly, I think the way of tequila shows has saturated there, and maybe even corrupted itself.
Well, you know, and what we've done, like with I don't know if you've seen what we do every year. We actually take a tour.
Oh yeah, I follow you guys. I've been following you guys since I started. Oh yeah, I follow you guys. I've been following you guys since I started.
We go camping every year, and we end up sharing tequilas with people at campgrounds, because there's no better place to share drinks with people than you know, you pull up at a campground, the people camping next to you are, you know, friendly, and everybody's friendly, everybody's happy because they're on vacation. And it's so easy to make friends. And then you bring out a bottle of tequila like this, and, you know, and you're friends forever.
The neat thing is, when we do these tours now, this will be our 3rd one, I think.
This will be
number 3.
Technically, it'll be our 4th.
Our 4th one.
Yeah.
And we go to different locations. We call them different things. Like last year was the Heartland Tour, so we went through Wisconsin and Minnesota, and oddly enough, in Michigan. And there are brands that are based in those states. One of them, as a matter of fact, asked me to do I was kind of their hired gun for an event in Minneapolis, right on Lake Minnetonka, in this beautiful location.
Actually, it was in Wayzata.
Wayzata.
Okay. Our Minnesota followers might take offense to that.
Wayzata, I'm sorry. And but it was beautiful. And then, you know, we drove another 3 hours to Wisconsin, met a great couple, shared another tequila brand with them. It's where the magic happens. You know, we get out with the people, and when we do these tours, we're getting people who are coming on board this tour before we even know where we're going. This year, what are we calling it this year?
Endless Summer.
The Endless Summer Tour.
Yeah.
So we're headed to California,
where
surfing. I have family, and we'll let everybody know ahead of time where we're going and where our stops are. We're looking at Tombstone. We're looking at, you know, places where we can do some great photo ops. And anybody who sponsors us, we ask for 2 bottles of their brand, of their tequila, whatever their varietal is. One, so we can take pictures with, because we do a lot of that while we're out. But the other one is to share. And very often, I love having other brands that I can give away.
Sometimes we share too much.
Yeah, sometimes we share too much. But, you know, they're fun, and it's neat because I get to educate. I get to talk to people, whether it's in a liquor store aisle or in a campground or in a beautiful restaurant in Wayzata. But, you never know where that's...
Cactus juice. That it's not cactus juice.
Yeah, that it's not cactus juice.
That it's not
Believe it or not,
juice.
the funny thing is, in the state of
As
Minnesota,
long as you love the juice, it's okay.
Yeah, you're safe if you call it juice. The neat thing was that, you know, in like Minnesota, for instance, they have agave spirits. There are 2 agave spirits well known that are based in that state, and I even wrote about it on Tequila Aficionado.
But the show's about them.
I know, but what I'm saying is that you never really know where we're going to be. We wound up in Kansas. We wound up in Kansas with all these brands and had an impromptu tasting with a distributor there. Turns out that they wanted half of the.
They wanted all the brands.
They wanted all the brands that we brought with us. You know, so. You just
take 512 with you.
I'll tell you about.
We'll talk 512 with you.
I'll tell you about. We'll talk agave when you come to the casita off camera.
Yeah,
when you come to the casita off camera.
But you know that, like I say, these tours, we're the only ones doing it, to my knowledge. I mean, the San Francisco World Spirits will take all the platinum and gold medal people on tour, but that's a whole other thing.
The thing with the big shows is they become the usual suspects. You know, they become.
I give Scott credit for entering the brand in that show because I know it's not cheap. I know what it costs.
Yeah. It was a big one, and the joke I tell people is at the end of the multi-day tasting, they probably walk through the room and said, "What the hell is that?"
They can't see it till the end, and they walk in. There's a number underneath all the bottles.
They can't see it till the end, and they walk in. There's a number underneath all the bottles, and they see the bottle and go, "Oh, this is what we've been drinking."
I told a story the other day. We were in.
I told a story the other day, and this
we were in the last article, but
it was in Beverage Dynamics.
Did an interview.
Maybe it was the last article.
I think it's when I said this.
Beverage Dynamics did an interview.
How
I think it's when I said this, and I was joking around about how Tito's vodka won double gold.
15 years later,
he still talks to this day. 10 years, 15 years later, how he won his double gold award, and I always say, "Well, I won more. I won double gold and best in show." So no disrespect to Tito. I won one.
But once we won that,
tiny notch above that. But once we won that, and we got in there, and the guy saw the bottle, they said,
"It feels good
this guy and what's this bottle all about?" So it feels good to get that validation. Something
it is.
That one, and I would say the only other, and it's well respected. The other one would be Beverage Tasting Institute, BTI. They're very reputable, but as far as shows throughout the country, it's hard to say now, because
but there aren't any there. The good consumer shows where just the average Joe can show up and try all
Arizona
of these
Cocktail Week is coming up. The San Antonio Cocktail Conference.
Cocktails.
Yeah,
it's all cocktails.
You guys like the SIP Awards?
The SIP Awards.
You guys like the SIP Awards?
They're starting. In my opinion, they're gaining more traction as a reputable show. There are other ones like the Beverly Hills something or other, and that's why we started ours, because we do. As Tequila Aficionado, we do tastings, but we don't ask you to pay us $300 and an additional $300 to use our logo, and our logo is professionally made. If you want to use it on your POS, that's great. If you win, if you don't, that's fine too. But we feel that these are brands of promise. That these are, and the big guys don't need us. Let's face it. They got deep pockets. They can enter these contests every year.
We're not interested in the big guys.
Yeah,
we're interested in the craft tequilas like yours.
Yeah, and I know La Cofradia. I've been there. I know where your juice is coming from, and now that I've met you, I know where you're coming from. And it's brands like yours and the cutting edge packaging that you're doing. That deserves attention. And that's what I like about what we do is I'd rather talk to guys like you, and this process that you came across, that sets you apart from everybody else.
Well, thank you. I'm honored. I was really excited, and I told Chris when we won that award. I'm honored. I was really excited, and I told Chris when we won that award, and how we're going to promote it. He was excited too, and we were really like, okay, we got to talk about how we're going to promote it. And I took the video and social media, so cut the little portion out where you talk about us and promote it on social media. So no, it's something that people in the industry. I love winning any award. People specifically winning something that people in the industry, people specifically in the tequila business, look to, which is guys like you. It means a lot. You see a lot of bottles. You guys actually know what you're talking about. And you see a lot of bottles, and you see a lot of tequilas, and so when it means a lot. So I appreciate that. This really looks great to us. It means a lot, so I appreciate that.
This is the first time I've tasted 512. I usually don't get to taste them until after you guys do your tastings.
Right.
But I love this Blanco. I'm absolutely head over heels in love with this.
I don't know why when I first had it, I wasn't all crazy about it, but
I drink it right now.
That's what all the time. It's pretty much all I drink. I tell my wife, like, I love
all the time. It's pretty much all I drink. All about the Reposado. My wife's like, I love the Blanco. She's like, all about the Reposado and now the Añejo, and I'm like, give me the Blanco all day.
Alex, our founder, said to me years ago, he said the progression of a tequila drinker, especially if they're coming from the rum industry or the Scotch or they're whiskey drinkers or bourbon drinkers, that they'll gravitate to the dark spirits, but eventually if they start to experiment, they'll go, well, what else am I missing? And then they'll gravitate toward the Blancos. They'll eventually, they'll do the whole the Reposados, and then they'll do the Blancos. And when I met her, she says, I'm a Blanco gal. And it's like that sings to me. That spoke to my heart, because it's rare that you find a woman who likes a Blanco with character, because we try to dumb down.
We
try to dumb down, people's palates or the message that we're trying to convey. And
you said it right there. That's okay.
Yeah,
I had this conversation.
You said it right there.
All the time
That's
Blanco,
okay.
And I tell them,
I had this conversation with people all the time about tequilas, and I tell them if you're going to taste tequilas or do a flight of tequilas, start with the Blanco every time, because that's what the master distiller was trying to do. That's what he was trying to create. Now, you put it in a barrel, and now it's what was in the barrel before? How many uses have the barrels had? What was the environment the barrel? What was the environment the barrel sat?
How was it blended?
What kind of wood is it? How they say what was the char? How was it blended? Now the Blanco, that's it. That's what he was trying to do. The rest of it is trial and error, it's blending, this tastes good, that tastes good. Blanco's it. This is what he was trying to come up with. So I tell everybody, even if you don't like Blancos, if you want to know what the rest of it is about,
you really understand the Añejo more,
work your way up, and you really understand the Añejo more,
more
once you've had
Low Cofradía. I couldn't believe that. And Low Cofradía, I couldn't believe that you went from fermentation. It wasn't that long of a time that you went from fermentation into the
fairly short process for a Blanco.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fairly short process for a Blanco.
Right, and you think about these to get to Blanco for years and years, but to get to Blanco, it's a fairly simple process that doesn't take very much time.
In that short period of time, you've got to get it right just then.
You gotta have the stone ovens. You gotta have the.
There's a stone ovens. You gotta have the right. I think open fermentation is the way to go. Open fermentation. Because that's a way. Open fermentation. Using water that's from the actual distillery land.
Because how is you going to taste
the Cofradía does? That's key, because how are you going to taste that area? I mean, if they're pumping water, it could be closing fermentation.
You notice the trees around La Cofradía, now that they have a boutique hotel. Everything in the air, everything in the atmosphere goes into this bottle. And so you'll notice if you go to some of the really great tequila distilleries, if you like their tequila and you go visit the distilleries, you'll notice that they're surrounded by growth, by life, by fruit trees or mango trees, and it's very quiet, and it's always... I've been into the distillery of La Cofradía, into the fermentation tanks. You even see, religious icons on the, taking care of the fermentation, and it's quiet and reverent. There's a reverence that they do everything with care, and I love it because, like I say, everything rolls downhill, man. And even to the packaging now, you've been able to convey that message by the new look.
It's crisp and it's clean.
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
it's and it's
I love that you guys brought up
and
the
it's
fruit
beautiful.
too.
Yeah, I love that you guys
Don't
brought
discount
up
that
the
probably had
too,
some
and
influence
don't
on the
discount
colors
that
we
probably
chose
had
because
some
of that
influence on the colors that
vibrancy
we
and life.
chose
Certainly
because of that
the
vibrancy
getting
in
to
life.
Jalisco,
Certainly the
understanding that there
getting
are
to
that there are
Jalisco and
volcanoes
understanding that
everywhere
there are
was totally news
volcanoes
to me.
everywhere
I had no idea that
was
all
totally
those
news to me. I
plants
had
were growing
no
in
idea that
volcanic
all
soil,
those
that the water was
plants were
coming
growing in
from
volcanic
rain
soil,
down
that the
through
water was
volcanic
coming
filtration and
from
back
rain
up
down
springs
through
and
volcanic
pumping.
filtration
So all
and
of that
back
stuff
up through
Scott
springs
and I
and
were down there
pumping.
talking about
So
it.
all that
Let's
stuff,
find
Scott
a way
and I
that
were
this
down
goes
there talking
into
about it.
the
Let's
packaging
find a
again.
way that this goes into
You talked
the
about
packaging again.
Austin.
You
being
talked
a place
about
for creativity and tech,
Austin being a place for creativity and
There's
tech,
loads of
a place for creativity and music.
design and
There's loads of
branding
creativity
there as
and design and
when you give all
branding
these
there as
inputs
well.
to a talented
When
designer,
you give
they're
all
like
these inputs to a
they're
talented
like a
designer,
chef
they're
or a
like
musician.
they're like a chef or a
designer that
musician.
brought this to life.
And the designer that brought this to life doesn't even drink.
Hey, but you know, neither did Don Julio. Don Julio didn't drink. No, he was a teetotaler. He was an agave grower, but he just made tequila for himself and his family, but he didn't drink.
Well, Jacob listened very intently and took
Jacob listened very intently.
I love how you talked about
took all these signals in, and I love how you talked about how simple and clean everything is.
His own
he's
personal
particularly
style,
good at that.
which is always there
with his own personal
and
style.
He was able to
always
chisel something out that.
He was able to chisel something out.
It's inviting.
It just pops and it's
hard to
simple.
read.
It's inviting because it's not so hard to read. And
what I love though, the Butler brothers really. I love what you said, that you locked yourselves in a room and you said, how do you feel about this and how do you feel about that? You know, I wish more people would take into consideration how a brand owner feels. And here's the difference. We get solicited a lot of brands that are co-owned by several people, and they're not necessarily it's an investment for them, as opposed to something that they're going to be in for the long term. So you know, they want to invest their money, they want to make their money and pull their money out because they have the only vested interest is what they wrote from their checkbook. But the way that Butler Brothers does business and the way 512 does business is exactly the way we do business. It is that we care about what the brand owner wants to show, and very often Lisa will tell you.
But there's got to be a story.
There's got to be a story.
If there's no story, we're not interested. If there's no story, we won't taste it.
Yeah,
but you guys have a story, and we can taste it. And
we should talk really quickly about that too, because there was a ton of work done on this. Very short story that's on the bottle, but very short story that's on the bottle. We also have
that was rounds and rounds. We also have a outside of design. We have a talented group of writers as well.
3 writers that worked on this.
There are 3 writers that worked on this. Believe it or not, for this one brand. But
Eric Enberg one of them was
Eric Enberg was one of them. He was the
creative director for the Jack Daniels family of brands.
Creative director for the Jack Daniels family of brands.
He came to Austin to raise his family and get into that.
He came to Austin to raise his family and get into that flip-flop lifestyle.
The new Margaritaville.
So he joined our He joined our freelancer.
And he joined our team as a freelancer.
And Jeremy and my brother Adam.
And so he and Jeremy and my brother Adam, who's my business partner, he's a writer as well. But these writers went at it to really get the story boiled down to a point, and it's very short.
Yeah, we didn't have a story in the old bottle.
You can read it.
Yeah, we didn't have a story in the old bottle. Met with them, and they read the story on our website, and they were like, "Your story is it's long and it's all over the place." And the story hasn't changed. They really, I tell people now, the story hasn't changed. It's just more succinct to where people can read it. Really kind of edited down to where people can read it in 4 seconds.
There you go. It was triple distilled by 3.
There you go.
It was triple distilled
by 3. Damn! Can we just lock the room now and just keep going? This is cool. you know, it's just it's refreshing again.
There were other designers as well besides Jacob that are very talented that worked on this too. A guy named Craig that worked on this too. A guy named Craig is a very senior designer as well. Who is a very senior designer as well that's designed trucks and offices and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of very experienced collaborative process. There's a lot of very experienced people. Just like you said, I said I think. Just like you said, I said it's simple. I didn't say it was making Blanco tequila is simple. Doing great design is certainly a simple thing. Doing great design, it takes a lot of simple thing, but it takes a lot of talent, a lot of experience.
They have more employees than I do. Let's just say that.
These are all passionate people who really care about the end product. So it's a lot of fun about the end product. So it's a lot of fun. We love working with Scott. We do it again. Don't do the super.
Yeah, we talked about Action. Yeah, we talked about Action. It almost was like the almost against kind of like the brand, the idea of what we're doing, the idea of what we're doing. We also have this one. Oh, we're anytime, but we also have this one which you can't afford because it's $50. I'm not opposed to anything. We'll see where we go. I'm not opposed to anything. We'll see where we go.
The interesting thing is because I watch trends, and you know, even though it is still the fastest growing part of the spirits industry, Lisa and I have talked about it, and we discuss trends here because that's my job. That's what I do. And I think that trend, that bubble is ready to burst.
It's gonna burst.
We're in agave shortage right now. Obviously, La Cofradia is taken care of or protected, but not everybody's in that same boat. You know, there are worthy brand owners who are gonna scamper, and some of them that were in for just the money are gonna shake out. This is a shakeout that's going on, but. You know, we have discussed that growing trend, and I think there's going to be more brand owners like you, Scott, who are going to pull the reins on this whole thing and go, you know what, this is stupid.
But this
is you know, millennials want a story. We know that. We know that millennials want a story. They want to feel good about what they're buying. They want to be able to afford it, and still, you know, like Lisa said, go from the picnic table
barefoot to black tie.
Yeah, from barefoot to black tie.
It's a black tie. Now, do I have to pay you for that? Can we use that?
No, you can use that.
Do I have to pay you for that?
Oh, wow. I'll take a case.
Okay.
Wait a minute. We'll take the tchotchkes.
We'll always take tequila.
Oh my God. Well, you know, Scott, when we do get back up to Austin, you know, and who knows, it could be sooner than later.
I don't know. I see a late February trip to Austin.
Yeah, it could happen. We'll let you know ahead of time, and then you know we'll be able to do this maybe with a larger group and put this up live on all of our social media networks and have them see, you know, what kind of a process is involved. And the Butler Brothers, congratulations to you guys. I wish more people, more companies would be like you guys who gave a damn. You know, because there's so much of the old paradigm, and Lisa and I discuss it. There's an old paradigm that we're still dealing with, and it's not like that anymore. You guys are cutting edge on the new.
This is a partnership. This is an open partnership.
It's a collaboration.
It's a creative partnership.
Yes,
and it's wonderful to see that.
Yeah, and it's almost like now we get a lot of brands who are co-opt. You know, they're small brands. Maybe they're organically grown, but they're co-opted with other agave growers. And I think that the more brand owners or the more people that do that, instead of looking at it as an investment, they look at it as a co-op and a partnership. They'll go much further in this business. And I see you guys just, you know, I love the outlook. I really do. Yeah. I love the outlook. I'm tired of the super premium thing.
Company, and it's if you're going fast, go alone. If you're going far, go together.
Fast, go alone. If you're going far, go together.
Art
that's literally
on our website and on T-shirts.
Art that we have on our website and on T-shirts.
And
it's just a reminder. We have a huge mural in our pickup truck. In our office that has a pickup truck, and it's my brother Adam drawn by one of our designers,
and we're sort of
my brother Adam and I in it. And we're sort of the nucleus
to go on this journey together as a small company, and our sister
go on this
Bridget
journey together as a small company, and our sister Bridget was our first hire.
So that's who Bridget is.
And
Bridget is our sister.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bridget
that was cool. She reached out on Twitter, and that's how we're here now.
So it's Butler Brothers and sister.
Yeah, Bridget runs the office and does
Bridget
insurance
runs the office
everything.
She's the brains of the operation.
And
That's
keeps
an
everything
important
flowing.
job.
Very intelligent, and she is
very intelligent, and she is very focused. And we couldn't do it without her. So, and I can't forget to also mention Christine Lopez.
Christine.
Who else?
And
I know that Jane did.
who else?
Everybody. I remember being in a room with 10
Jane
people.
did.
Everybody. I remember being in a room with 10 people at one point.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that help.
I was stumbling barefoot and they'd ask me questions, and stumbling barefoot and they'd ask me questions, and I would see a room, see a sea of people asking questions, and picking my brain. No.
Oh my gosh.
Well, congratulations for assembling such a brilliant team. You guys
Yeah,
have done
you
a
guys
beautiful
rock,
job.
man. Congratulations.
From the juice to the packaging, you know, all the way to the consumer.
That was cool.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being with us here on Open Bar. If you're watching and you stay here for the whole hour, that's Scott Willis with the Yellow T-shirt. That's Marty Butler from the Butler Brothers, the guys involved with the new look, the new branding, new look of 512. That is too cool. Congratulations. Hey, on your win too, man. You know, like I said, use the medals.
Yeah.
Let us know. Post it on your social media. We'll repost it. You know, because we're everywhere everyone else is at.
And let us know if we can help you out.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely a brand with promise.
Yes. Brand of promise.
Yep. Let us know. Come by. The pool. Let us know. Come by. Right now, but the pool is a little chilly right now, but you can definitely.
That's okay. We'll let the tequila keep us warm. Thanks again, gentlemen. Thank you for being with us, for taking the time.
Thank you, guys.
It's been great. Thanks for being on Open Bar. And as soon as this is available, we will let you guys know so you can share it to the world. How's that?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You too. Bye.
Good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.